Yo, you rocking with my homeboy, the one and only DOC. That's my family right there. He gonna give it to you how you need it, how you want it every time. It's the Rapsody Rhapsody.
Yes, sir. Come on now. Y'all heard the sister. That's Rhapsody, man, North Carolina's finest, Grammy Award winning. You hear me? But when you speak about greatness, when you speak about longevity, when you speak about being overall just dope, in North Carolina, in the Carolinas, period, you have to go ahead and mention one of the greatest personalities that I've ever had the chance to go ahead and experience. He is a fashion icon. He is a world-renowned, fashion coach. He's a model coach. He's a podcast director. He teaches people how to stand on those two legs that they've been blessed with since the beginning of time and actually learn how to use them in a fashion way, in a respectable, commendable, and a dignified and demure way. He goes by the name of Alva Paige. What's going on with you, Al?
What?
What's up, man?
That's the crowd. That's the crowd.
Crowd.
It's amazing. I'm excited.
You got to be, man. It's been a long time coming. I'm so glad that you're able to sit in with me, brother.
Yes. Finally, right? It's
sure.
It's the time. And guess what, guys?
What's up?
It was like 30 minutes early.
Yeah, early. Pulled up early. For everybody out there listening, y'all can take a note out of Alva's book, man. It's called, what'd your pop say? What you told me your dad say?
Never have people waiting for you. If you have to be up there for 30 minutes, you stand there for 30 minutes.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on. It's much better than me sitting here like, man, is he going to show up? I want it about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
No, I appreciate that. I'm going to actually do the same. I'm going to do the same for sure. But ladies and gentlemen, a little bit about Alva Paige. For those who don't know you, we met at Cam Raleigh in 23 or 24. I forget. It's been a couple of years.
It was a year. It's just been a year.
It's only been a year?
It's only been a year because it was last year.
Jeez.
Yes.
Why does it feel
In
like
September.
It's been
I know. It's just our energy. We just connect.
Come on now. That chemistry, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like I know you forever.
Yeah.
For sure. But
it's only been a year.
Tell the people a little bit about yourself. Introduce them. This year, we got listeners from the coast of Durham all the way up until daggone near East Carolina about the Glenville area or Greenville area. So talk to the people. Let them know about yourself.
It's 27 years I've been in this industry. I'm Alva Paige, and I am, we call it a renowned model coach and visionary. And what I want to explain what model coach is. A model coach is like you have the vast knowledge of shaping and developing a model for the globe, for the world, to be honest with you. And to be a visionary is to know what is currently going on and how the fashion world is constantly evolving and changing. So you have to be aware of that, where things are going, how what models they have out now, how the models are moving on the runway, walking on the runway for these designers, because a lot of these models, they don't have the skill set, or I won't say the skill set, but they just don't have the know-how. Like when I started, the professionalism, how to damage control, or, things happen on the runway. How do you kind of just like, you maneuver, you slide through it,
right.
So yes.
Okay. So with that, you're taught the tricks and the trades and the tools of the game. I'm a music guy, so I got to liken it to something.
Yeah.
Like a school of Motown?
A school of Motown.
Yes. Okay.
That is so perfect because the development of Diana Ross, they had a AR there, and she would coach them on how to do interviews, how to sit, how to stand, those stage presence, those things. That's very important. And as a model coach, that's my job, is to teach them the overall, especially how to enter the building, how to for go-sees, for castings, to agencies. Those things are very important.
There's a whole list of stuff on the back end. The business part.
And you know what, to be honest with you, I know it's like we got time to talk, but that is the key thing out of my 27 years is business. That's it.
That business.
It's business.
Handle it, man. Yeah. So a lot of people, myself included, until I experienced it firsthand, was like, okay, you put on clothes and you walk down an aisle. Or you walk down the lane or you take that, but you're teaching them, okay, when you make this turn, like I've seen it in person. I want you to look this way. I want you to take that step here. Like it's a whole, a science behind it.
It is a science behind it, but that is because I'm I get emotional about it. I'm very detailed.
Yeah.
I'm artsy, and also too, I've just surrounded myself around a lot of great creatives in the fashion industry. So you start to pick. You're like, okay, I learned this from my great friend who's a fabulous photographer. Dallas Logan, and he's very detailed. He's very, with lighting and sound, all of that stuff. So it's things like that you pick up from each other. It's like, as Niger would say,
Niger.
Yes. She said, iron sharpens iron. So it's that. So I had great industry people that I worked under and that I learned, and I put that into my coaching with the model. With the models. Yeah.
Come on now. Yeah. Okay. So I'm very interested to find out how you go from the point of learning to now teaching.
Well, teaching, to be honest with you, teaching runs in my blood because my aunts are teachers, my dad's sisters are teachers. Right. Education or educators run in my family. My first cousin, she's an educator. I mean, so it's there. And I really wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to become a professor of foreign language, French and Spanish. And especially... I wanted to do something different. I've never followed the pattern. I always deviate. I always do something different. So I was like, oh, if my cousins, they're all in psychology or science or math, hey, I'm going to do foreign language. I'm going to do the opposite. So, and that was a challenge, with anything because it was just a different roadmap. But I did it, And went to St. Augustine's College during that time. It's now a university.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, and
a little help from their friends, right?
Yeah,
we got you, Falcons. We got you.
Yeah. But it did 3 years, and those 3 years, that's when I dived right in and went into the fashion industry. So
at St. Aug's?
From St. Augustine's College.
Really?
Yeah, I was a part of the modeling troupe there called Nubiance.
Yeah. Okay.
It's called Nubiance Modeling Troupe. And I ended up attending a class in New York City with, he was known as the Prince of the Runway, Mr. Martin Seneric.
Okay.
And that was in New York City. And when I took his class, he just looked at me and he just said, hey, you should be a runway coach. And I'm like, I don't want to be a runway coach. I want to be an actor. I want to be a model. I want to be on TV. I want to be famous.
Main character,
yeah. And came back to St. Aug, and we had our troupe, and 3 girls could not get the routine down. But I have an eye, so I can see, and learning from Martin, I kind of put it together. And so I took those 3 girls and I said, hey, I use his technique. And when I use his technique, out of the 3 girls, 2 girls got the technique, but the 3rd girl did not get the technique. So I went back to my dorm room, and I was just in my head, like, how can I fix it? How can I fix it? And then I got up and I started mimicking her walk. And I said, that's it. Her right foot was pointed like east to the east or to the west,
A little slew.
Okay. And then I came back and I said, let's fix it. And we fixed it. And she was like, oh my God, that was it. So I started defining, they're just detailing everything. Like I look at the fingers, I look at where your hands, where your eyes, everything when I see you walk. Yeah.
I've seen this like Terminator, like, breaking them down, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the incredible voice that you hear, and the story that you're hearing about, that we're both learning, right? All of us are learning about is Alva Paige, renowned model coach, podcast director, and so many more. What do they call it? Multi-hyphenate.
Yeah.
Out here with it, man. So y'all keep it locked. We're going to take a dive in the water with Tyler. When we come back, we're going to find a little bit more about this brother's journey. It's the Doc on the People's Station. Don't you go anywhere.
Hey, this is Tommy Davidson. Hold on, I got Varnell here. Who can take the children, bounce them on the knee, bounce them on the knee, and then be the melody. The Varnell man can. The People's Station, Choice FM 92.1 with Doc. Did you miss me?
Did you miss me? It's the DOC on WRSV. In here with an incredible person, a talented human being, a gift to all of us here. He goes by the name of Alva Paige. Alva, how we doing, brother?
I'm doing great.
Yeah.
Doing great. Yeah. Bring it on. Bring it on.
Blessed, highly favored. Folks, on our first break, we talked about the start in the fashion world.
Yes.
We've talked about traveling. We talked about family. But one thing that I want to circle back with, because this is Carolina bred radio right here, okay? We love everything Carolina. That's north and south. You, my friend, are from SC. What part?
Lake City,
South Carolina. Come on now. Yes, indeed. And the family, how big?
Oh, the family is 7 of us.
7.
I am the oldest of the 7.
Yes, sir. That's a beautiful thing. Now, now you said before that you were kind of the black sheep where everybody's looking left. You want to look right.
Yeah.
Everybody's focused on this. You want to focus on this. I think I'll go ahead and take my talents elsewhere. Now, was that accepted as a child, or was it looked at like, oh man, I was always trying to be different? Like, what was the?
No, because if it did, I didn't pick that up. I never picked that up. It was just like, okay, that's Alva. That's all I picked up from my family. I never felt like, if I went over here, it was something crazy or it was talked about.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. They probably just said, okay, all right, that's it.
That boy do what he do.
Yeah, and it'll all come together. That's it.
Yeah.
But I'm very family oriented with stuff like that. I love my family. Love my sisters and brothers, my nieces and great niece and nephew, and things like that. So, but yeah, I've never had that issue or problem that I felt like.
Good. Okay, that's a beautiful thing. Yeah, because when we have the standouts in the families, it's either accepted or it's just neglected. And I like that. They just like, hey, man, do your thing, baby boy.
Just normal kid stuff. If you do wrong, this is the consequences, but nothing like crazy.
Good.
Nothing like, don't you
right.
No.
Okay, cool. So at that time, are you already noticing as a child, like, hold on, man, I know how to put that stuff on, or I know how to
like I said again, I with anything in life, you learn from someone.
Right.
I think that sometimes someone it can be in your family, but someone that you surround yourself with, you can pick up things and you'll be like, oh, okay, this is the reason why I like this. Because my aunt that just recently passed, she loved decorating trees, but I didn't even know it. I love decorating Christmas trees,
Yeah.
So you just little things. It's written in your DNA,
True.
So it's things like that has helped developed me over the years, and mannerisms. And my grandmother, she will always say, listen, you don't have to be the smartest person in the room, but if you know how to say, yes, sir, thank you, you're welcome, manners will always take you far.
100%.
And so I've learned that, and it has helped me throughout my career. Even when I felt like doors were being shut, thank you so much for the opportunity. Hold on, sir. You know what? We may not choose you for this event, but we have something else coming up.
Because of that attitude.
Yeah. So I said you learn so much from everyone.
True.
Yeah.
It's kind of like life is a game, and you learn how to play the game of life.
You learn how to play the game of life.
Plug. Come on now, ladies and gentlemen. We're here with Alva Paige, world-renowned model coach. Now, one person that you told me about that stuck out in your life, and this was like, I think our first time meeting, was the name André Talley, right?
Yeah, the late André Leon Talley.
Can you talk to me about your experiences with AT and why it was so impactful on your life?
Because I felt as though it was like a connection. And it wasn't like I met him then. It was just like the way that he carried himself. I envisioned myself to have the know-how, the knowledge. And he was from North Carolina, because I came here to St. Augustine's College.
Right.
And he was from Durham, North Carolina. And I read his book, and I'm like, oh my God, he's from here. And just reading his story. And I was like, oh my God, it was like similarities in certain parts. And, I got the opportunity to meet him when he came to Durham. He came to Raleigh for a fashion show. It was like Saks Fifth or something like that. When Saks Fifth opened.
Hello.
And I remember I was training a model. I didn't have an invite or anything. And she told me about it. She said, oh, I'm doing this show. And I said, okay. And so I put my thinking skills on, and the thinking skills was the fact that, hey, I'm going to be your makeup. I'm pretending I'm your makeup artist. So I walked right on in. They didn't even notice me. I played quiet. I sat in the back. And then all of a sudden, they announced Mr. André Leon Talley has entered the building. And literally, I saw him, and I just froze. I felt like, that moment. And I remember, and like I said, I'm so detailed. I remember he had his security guy, and I remember his finger twitching like this. And I was just like, because I'm standing there just like, so, okay, this guy is standing here looking at me. What is he going to do? And I just could not say anything.
Yeah.
And I felt so bad. I went back to the back of the room, and I just said, I cannot let this be over. This is not the moment. And I remember the lady, she said, where is Mr. Talley? We need him to come up and speak. And it was so crowded. I went through that crowd. He was sitting at the table making these ladies laugh about fashion and glamour. And I said, Mr. Talley, I said, you're needed up front. You're getting ready to present you with an award.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, my darling. Oh, where? And it was so crowded. And I said, and I was so dramatic. I said, excuse me, Mr. Talley is coming through. Excuse me. And I made this interest. And that to me was like a moment. And I was like, well, thank you, God, for that moment. I did not give up. And I don't know when I will meet him again. I didn't get to really talk to him. But then I ended up meeting him again when I moved to New York City.
NY, the Big Apple.
Yes.
From NC
attending
up to
an
Apple.
event.
Come on now.
And then that click. And I have that moment, that picture's on my Instagram. I'll forever cherish that moment because I went a whole different way. And my good friend, Tim Johnson, did my hair. I had my hair spiked up before I left. Yeah. And so that was a moment. That was a moment for me.
That's beautiful. Now, so it's very impactful. But for those who are from North Carolina who don't get the severity of it, can you just give them a brief summary of who AT is or was or what he represented at the time?
Mr. André Leon Talley, oh my God, it's so many words. He was like a walking dictionary of fashion, not even just fashion, but art itself, the literature, his intellectual, it's just profound, his knowledge, his wisdom. He worked as a creative director for Vogue, American Vogue magazine, with Anna Wintour, who now stepped down. Now she's stepped down from the editor position, but now the editorial director for the whole magazine. What a smart move. Play the game, right? Come on.
Yes, sir.
And so he worked for Vogue for many, many years, and he did books and talked about fashion and friends with the late Karl Lagerfeld in the Chanel house and things of the. So he's everything. If you have not, please, you can go on YouTube. You can see a lot of his interviews. But he was just larger than life.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, an amazing individual who saw something in you. You saw it in each, like you said before, you just similarities.
Yes, just the similarities. You know what? I think sometimes people feel like you have to be under someone to get it. But just that person conversing with you and just giving you insight, that was magic.
Amazing.
That's it.
Amazing. Yeah. Yes, sir. I found myself in similar positions at times, so where it's just like the fact. So, God, that was ninth wonder for me moving down here. The producer who's from Durham, he went to Central and all these great things, and I came down here. I'm like, I'm at a record signing with the guy who's the guy of the guy who works with my favorite guy. Like, bro, I don't even know what to say, but he said something so small, but it was so impactful.
Yes.
And I'm gonna wait until I see him again to let him know. So y'all be on the lookout for that one. But I was just like, wow, you're not gonna remember this, but this is gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. So it's those people in those situations. That help me believe that there's no such thing as a coincidence.
It's no such thing. And in living in New York too, we call her the godmother of the fashion industry. That's Miss Bethann Hardison.
Come on.
And I remember attending an event for diversity of Black models in the industry. And just by coincidence, I'm just standing there and she's holding my hand. And she didn't even know she was holding my hand. She probably thought she was holding Tyson Beckford or Iman's hand. And she just stood there and I'm just looking. I'm like, and she's just talking. I'm just letting Reagan go. And I'm like, oh my God. I was like, this is such a moment.
Right.
And my friend, Danelle Skinner, she did PR. She made me say something. She said, you have to, people need to know who you are. So you need to say something. And I did my homework and I said, what happened to the great models like the Cynthia Baileys and the Deborah Shaws and, the Coco Mitchells. And all of a sudden, those ladies was in the room and I took pictures with them. Cynthia Bailey before she was the Housewives of Atlanta, and it's like, moments. And Coco Mitchell now and Sandy Bass. I mean, people, these...
Come on.
Yeah.
You were swimming in greatness. She ain't even
right. And like I said, it goes back to the late André Leon Talley. And what I learned from him is be that walking dictionary, be that encyclopedia, know stuff. And I started perfecting my craft in knowing, especially Black models. I said, now, we all love the Queen of the Catwalk, Naomi Campbell, and Tyson Beckford. But I said, there were other women before these women, and so I dived deep into that, and I found a wonderful book, how Black women of color changed the fashion industry by Barbara Summers.
Really?
And that book changed me.
Yeah.
Trajectory of everything that I do, from Gloria Burgess to the Pat Clevelands to the Billy Blair. So when I just reading how they move, I started imitating that. I can translate it. And I said, oh, this is what they mean when Billy Blair. She was so slim, but she flowed like water, you know? So it's things like that. So when I read the description, I could visually see myself doing it. And that really helped sharpen my skills on presentation of being a model coach.
It had to. I would only imagine, man. You're taking in all of this knowledge, the history, what we talked about off the mic. You have to know, in order to know where you're going, you got to know where you came from and what you've already done.
Yes.
So you're getting the knowledge, you're getting the history. You gotten the bump from André, and then he tells you, hey, it's okay to be the encyclopedia. Go ahead and get this knowledge in.
Do it.
And you already come from a family of educators, so this was supposed to happen. Come on.
Yes.
It was written, brother.
It was so written to the point where when I lived in New York City, I felt like it was not happening the way that, we always want things to happen the way we want it to happen.
Your plan and this God's plan.
Yeah. And I wanted to share that little moment is because when I got to New York City, I met a wonderful guy named Scott Pollard, along with his friend Drew. They were stylists. They were called the A-Team, along with Daryl. And they did Holly Berry, the covers and things of that nature. And I'll have to show you some of those covers.
Yeah.
So I was among greatness and didn't realize. I realized it, but it's like, okay, I'm Alva, small town, whatever. And but Scott Pollard really kind of like developed me. He had I lived in his brownstone. He had one room that was just vintage Jean Paul Gaultier, Chanel, everything. I remember in his brownstone, we would get up in the morning and I got up and I dressed and he was like, where are you going? And I was like, oh, I'm going in the city with you. And he's like, no, you look country. And I was like,
I am country.
This is it. I know I'm country, but I'm thinking like I'm really doing it. He's like, go upstairs, go get that Jean Paul Gaultier overcoat. Go get this, that. And so that kind of shaped me as well as presenting, it's like, I'm not just going to come anyway and that kind of stuff. So it really helped out. So he really put a big dent in that style wardrobe for me a lot.
Come on now, ladies and gentlemen, right here with the one, the only Alva Paige, is the DOC. As we turn into the 12 o'clock hour, we're going to pay a couple of bills and then we'll go ahead and get some closing remarks from the man behind everything that you love. All right, it's the DOC on WRSV. Keep it locked.
Yo, you rocking with my homeboy, the one and only DOC. That's my family right there. He gonna give it to you how you need it, how you want it every time. It's the RAPSODY Rhapsody.
Rhapsody, introducing the DOC introducing Alva Paige. How we doing, brother?
Listen, I don't even want this to end.
I know, man, I know, but it's got to go, folks.
I know.
Great conversations, a great individual, great story. You are a walking beam of light.
Thank you.
And we appreciate everything that you've done. But I got one request, brother.
What?
Last request, okay? Now, I think I told you this before, but I feel like my fashion sense, I love fashion. I appreciate it the whole nine, but I feel like personally, I can't wear that. I can't do this. I can't do that. I am a 23-year-old dresser stuck in a 36-year-old body. All right, I'm a white tees. You see me? I got my Nike, my shorts on, and I got some tennies on. All right. Now I see myself, Alva, being a Stuart Scott, a suited and booted type of individual, one that comes with the three-piece and different colors and ways and all that. But is there a bit? What do you see? What do you see if you look at me?
I think the first thing is the fact that you see it. Yeah. That's the most important thing. And when people come to me, I'm like, you have to see it.
Okay.
And so now that you see it, because my question would be like, what do you know about fashion? What do you feel like you need to do? And you kind of summed it up. So now I can help you and guide you. And you said the suits, you want to look dapper. You want to look dapper. But then you don't want to go too over the top as well. Right. And that over top is that's just your aesthetics,
Right.
So you don't have to do
simple.
Simplicity is a must.
Sure.
So we always go to the black because it slenderizes you and all of that nature. But I think beautiful neutral tone colors also work for you.
Yeah.
A nice, good fitted blazer will work, and you can separate those blazers, so you don't have to be stuck in just having just one complete look.
Navy blue.
You can instead of just the navy blue, you can have the navy blue jacket, and you can have a light powder blue on the bottom there. You can have the dark pants on the bottom.
That's risky to me.
And then you can still have your white collar or white tee. You can still have it a little bit more modern with it as well. Mm-hmm. So there are different things that you can play around with this thing. So I just think you need to do it. You need to do it.
Okay, so it has to be some confidence that comes with that. Because you said it, I was like, man, I look stupid. That was the first thing I thought when you was like, man, you can mix up the colors.
Right, because the reason why is because we have programmed our mind to block things out. So when I'm teaching, I have to coach my models to unblock all of that. All the stuff that you felt like that was wrong, all the stuff that you felt like, because if you really know history of fashion, and when I say I'm going back a little further here, like even in the 17th and 18th century, there were, men wear heels. Why did they wear heels? Because most of the European men were short. So that's what I'm talking about. You know your history, you understand things. So when people are like, oh, I need to hire, the Cuban heel. Oh, that was like women heels. And it's like, no, it's a total different.
Yeah, right. Hit them with one of those.
Yeah, if you get to understand the whole compass of what fashion is,
that's beautiful. Yeah, man, beautiful. Jinx, you owe me a Coke. That's amazing. Okay, so with that, you got an incredible teacher, ladies and gentlemen, right there. Just schooled me in less than 10 minutes to take a chance, build my confidence up at the same time. Say, mix those colors up, man. Have fun with the palettes. I'm going to go ahead and take that information.
Yeah, you can always send the pictures to me, and I'm like, okay, let's fix this, let's fix that.
Come on now. And I got a stylist. Come on, y'all.
It's so easy. As they say in French, c'est facile.
C'est facile. Hey, I forgot about that. Yeah, that's how we started this whole conversation. Wanted to be a French professor. And Spanish. Come on.
Yes.
Man, still waters run deep, ladies and gentlemen. This creek right now that we're speaking to is by the name of Alva Paige, straight from South Carolina, took over the world. We didn't even get to talk about Paris, but we're going to save that for part 2.
Yeah,
we're definitely going to be a part 2 for sure. Can you tell the people about the services you offer, where they can find those, how they can get in contact with you?
Well, being a model coach, and I am very exclusive. So it's not that I just open my books up to the world, because I have, over the years, I find you really need to want to do this because it's time consuming.
Yes.
But you can definitely reach me on my social medias. Everything is always by my name. I love my name, Alva Paige. At first I didn't like it, but I love it.
Come on now.
I love it. But Alva Paige, ALVA, the original Page, PAGE. And that's Facebook's, Twitter, what else we have? Instagram, TikTok, just TikTok, everything. So you can definitely reach me there, and we can just start a dialogue. We start a dialogue and see where you're at, and as they say, when the student is ready, the teachers will appear. So when you're ready, I'm just not for everyone. I've come to that. Before, and I wanted to be for everyone, but I realized over the years, I like the private. I like this because the ones that I do it privately, they're doing amazing jobs. Like this one kid model I work with when he was, I think, 5 years old. Now he's doing stuff with Tyler Perry and things of that nature.
TP, let's go.
Yeah, and they communicate me all the time. And stuff. So it's things like that. Those are moments. Like, yes, they did the work. They took my class, they took my workshop and whatever, and they went off and they apply it. Yes. And I'm always there. So whoever has taken that class, I'm with you for life. I'm with you so when you get in those tough situations, I'm here to help you out and say, okay, let's look at the scenario, let's look at this, look at that.
Right.
And then you make your observation from there. That's your selection from
wonderful, there. Man. That's lasting note is one thing that I did experience over the past year of knowing you, Tim Johnson, and the rest of the great gang is that this is lifelong. Once you're in it, like, you got family around you. I heard Niger say something incredible at Tim Johnson's book signing. She was like, I started modeling with him since I was a kid. Now she's all the way up to owning her own agency and doing her own thing.
Doing her own thing. And I think that's the thing, that whenever we can support each other, because being as Oprah would say, people of color.
Black. We say it on this stage. We black,
black
baby.
People. We kind of just shun down, I don't have no animosity against anyone. You do what you do, because you know what? I know my gifts and I know where I belong. And once you know that, that's it. Yeah. So I just support any and everybody who's doing model coaching, from production to things of that nature, because it takes a lot. Yeah. It looks easy because we do it because it's a gift for us, but it's not. It's more to it than just that. It's hard work. Yeah, and sometimes you got to get away from your surroundings. You got to Spread your wings and begin to fly.
And a singer. You ain't know he had the pipes, man. Come on now. When I say multi-hyphenate, I do mean that. One thing that I love is experiencing exactly what you're saying. I say surreally through the eyes of Alexis Brown. She is former Choice FM alumni. She started here before, did a news segment for us, and now to see her modeling going from North Carolina to New York, following the AP's footsteps, it's like, I see what this can do for people. Like, it's fire.
And you bring that knowledge back home. You know, you kind of bring it to the ones who want to receive it. You know, you can't force it on anyone. It's just the ones who want to receive it and to move forward and to advance from it. That's it.
I love it.
Yeah.
In closing, are there any words that you would like to leave for our lovely listeners, Alva?
You know, I'm doing, and I know it's far off, but I'm doing a beautiful workshop. I'm working with a new project with a designer in the Bahamas, David Rowe, from his collection. It's November 15th. I'm doing a powerful workshop. And it's a workshop. It's not your typical just, you know, I'm going to teach you how to walk. I'm going to teach you how to survive and be successful in this fashion runway global type world.
Right.
You know, it's the ins and outs. So, and working with designers, I have this thing where I love, it's called Designers Have Muse and Models Have the Coach, Alva Paige.
Love the name.
So, yes. So working with him is going to be an amazing, I'm going to show them how to execute garments so properly and with perfection, and just know how to work cameras in the room without overdoing it.
Right.
You see a lot of shows where they take a piece of fabric like this and they're swinging it all around, and it's like, hey, that's a $2,000 piece of fabric. Please do not swing it.
True.
Yeah. So,
you do not have the budget for that, brother. Come on, man. Great things in the future. If you missed today's conversation, hit us up at I Love Choice FM on our Facebook for a recap and to run this whole episode back, because I'm guaranteeing that I have to do the same thing. Some things I missed. I know there's some things you missed as well. Alva, before we head out of here, the last thing we do on the count of 3 is say peace to the people.
Well, I want to say peace to the people, but also I want to say thank you so much, Doc. Yeah. And thank you, the People's Station, Choice 92.1 FM. Thank you. Love you.
Anytime.
And I know this is only the beginning.
It's just the beginning, my friend. 1, 2, 3. Peace. The DOC. Let's jump into the afternoon lunch mix with the one and only DJ Dessert right here on the People's Station. Keep it live.
Yo, it's Craig Robinson. You listen to the DOC on Choice FM 92.1. Holla.